Hi, I'm Paula Asher, and I'd like to show you some of the features of the smart classrooms at Columbia Gorge Community College. All of the classrooms have the following components. We have a small monitor, which is a control monitor for all of the hardware in the classroom. We have a computer monitor, or in this case, a starboard monitor. There is a document camera. Of course, the keyboard and mouse are here. We have the DVD player, VHS player, and the computer is also located inside the podium. To turn on the computer, press the start button. These classrooms are extremely helpful in making presentations to students because you can take input from any of these components, the monitor, the document camera, the video player, and project it onto a large screen in the classroom. The screen's controlled, and the audio is also really well balanced for the classroom. So what you end up with is an excellent presentation tool for any kind of input that you want to use. And you'll get kind of a small cinema effect. You'll have really nice audio and visuals in your classroom. The other thing that's important to know about these classrooms is they're actually small production studios. If you have some lectures that you would like to record, you can record what we call screencasting with audio, and I'm going to go into those techniques a little bit later in the video. The first component that we're going to talk about is the small control monitor, and that's again located right here on the top of the podium. To turn on the screen, even if it's dark when you come in, touch the screen firmly. It'll give you the option of turning on the projector or not. In this case, I'm not going to turn on the projector. And here's the main screen. If you were going to use a dedicated computer, you would select this source. And as we said before, it says there are no controls for this function because you need to turn the computer on in the podium. The next source that you can choose is a laptop. You can plug in your laptop to the podium and project from there. If you choose the VCR, it has a review and forward, a rewind and forward and pause, also play, stop, and eject right on the screen so you can operate the VCR from this control screen. The DVD is also similar. For the document camera as well, you'll use some of the controls on the document camera itself. Another thing you see on this screen is the audio control. You can turn up the volume automatically here, turn it down. If you would like the audio on mute, choose that. Another important function on this control monitor is display control. From here you can turn on the projector. You can turn it off. You can automatically raise and lower the screen from here. And if you would like to mute the picture, for example, if you have something on your computer screen that you don't want to share with the class, then you can choose Picture Mute. When you're finished with your class, just go to Exit. And it'll ask you if you would like to exit now so that it can shut off the projector for you. So I'm going to say yes. And it will take a couple of minutes while the projector cools down, and then it will automatically shut down the control monitor. The next thing I'm going to show you is the computer monitor. All podiums have computer monitors, and the newer classrooms have starboard monitors. The important thing about the starboard monitors is that you can write on the screen using a special pen, which is located in the back of the screen. To turn on the starboard pen, click the button at the end. You can use a right-click feature on the screen by pressing this clear tab. If the pen doesn't seem to be working, you may need to unscrew it and replace the batteries. There are a couple of AA batteries inside. To turn off the pen, click the end again. The next thing I'd like to show you is the document camera. This is a very useful thing to have in the classroom. Instead of using an overhead projector where you use transparencies, with the document camera you can project a piece of paper, a book, or a 3D object on the screen by placing it on the document camera. As I've said, each of these podiums is actually an audio and screencasting studio. And to record audio, we use a USB mic that's located inside the podium and usually on top of the computer. This microphone is not intended for use to project your voice in the classroom, but for recording audio. And if you need one of these in your classroom, please contact me. To turn it on, you press the button located in the front of the microphone. You know the microphone is off when the light goes out. Next, I'm going to show you how to do a screen capture and audio recording using Starboard and Camtasia software. First, I'm going to choose the Starboard software, and then I'm going to choose the whiteboard feature. Starboard gives you a tool menu, and let me show you some of the features of this menu. First of all, the color palette gives you a wide range of styles to choose from. Click on the pen. I'm going to capture this so I can go back to it later. There is also an eraser available. Many math instructors like to use a grid in their classroom. To go to the grid, click on Settings and Option Settings, go to Adjustment, and then you make the grid visible. You can change the size of the grid this way. One of the tools that's handy to use with the grid is the IntelliPen. To find the IntelliPen, you go to Tools, and then way up at the top of this menu, I'm going to grab it and drag it down into the main menu that we're using. Now, if I would like to make a XY axis, I can be kind of sloppy because the IntelliPen will straighten it out for me. Again, I can capture this and then go back into my list, and if I wanted to go back to the original drawing, I can go back to that as well. At any time you can clear the page. And also, if you use your slider to the right of the screen, this makes for basically an infinite whiteboard. You can bring documents in and then write on them, and you can also save any of your captured screens for use later on. Let me show you where that grid is again. Going into Settings, Option Settings, and now I'm going to make the grid invisible. Now this is an example of a screen capture video using the software called Camtasia, and if you'd like some help on how to make these kind of screen captures, please let me know. I'm going to go to Exit now, and in this case I'll discard. And I can exit from the Starboard software. So as you can see, there is a lot of technology available in these podiums. If you'd like some live tutoring on how to use the components of the smart classrooms, please contact me.